What up? It's not raining and the porch is done for the most part. I got that completed, and probably by the time this video posts, it'll be have a month will have passed. I do need to cut my 4x4s down some and figure out how I want to do the end. The only thing left out here that I want to do is, let me pan around. These lights need to replace, and then the wrong style. They need to be going up because they're too low, pointing down. But other than that, I got the porch done. So with that, let's go look at the south wall. Alright, here's the south wall, and it's partially responsible for the recent change in the layout because of what I was doing on the south wall, which was mainly trying to incorporate this Y into my layout. I wanted a way to be able to turn trains around, and figured out how to make a Y, and then it kind of sat around because of how big it is and where to put it. So originally I built, or I didn't build, I took these, the bench work, propped it up on bins and other stuff, and had it here to kind of add in the Y as best I could out into the room to see if it would work. And then the bench work kind of sat that way for a while, and then this wood came along, and I got a hold of it and cut it down to make the legs to make this the bench work more permanent. But that's a big it had a big part in me changing up the layout and redesigning the yards over here and adding more space in, or storage space. As for the Y, you have a Y turnout, the 2 1/4 connector sections that have the little areas that you can cut out for when the space right here. These are 26 inch radius, and then a number 5 right and a number 5 left. Then another 2 1/4. There's a 2 1/4 in the middle, and then 4 sections of 9-inch track, and you can have a Y. And then whatever else you want down here. For the auto reversing feature, I have the Digitrax auto reverser. It's getting track power here and then sending it down to here, and I put my insulating rail joiners right here and right here. And then you adjust that. A train will ride to one or to the tail end and then go the other way, and then that'll click when you have it adjusted right, versus the command center clicking or making noise or beeping or whatever yours might do. Mine's Digitrax, so that's what it does. But this Y pretty much sat around for a while, and then I wanted to incorporate it, so I built a little bit of the bench work, had it here, and then it kind of got expanded, and then got the permanent legs. And recently I filled in this space to expand this stub in yard, just to have more storage space. And I literally built that a couple weeks ago. The rest of this has been up for a while, just to be able to have the Y incorporated in the layout. So on this end, I have a smaller stub in for, like, I guess you could say an engine terminal or storage or whatever. I don't have any more of the 2 1/4 inch sections. So there's a break in the track there. I don't have anything I want to use for that. So in this corner, I originally was going to bring this yard around to over here and have the yard ladder over here, but it seemed like it was not going to work out and make it kind of hard to have all the curved sections of track in this corner. Would it have been possible? Yeah, maybe, but I wanted to incorporate a pocket track, which is this siding starting there and going down here, let's see, right there, back into the new design, because I originally had that on the first version of the layout, I believe, and I kind of like that because it's like it's a siding and a really big crossover. So I knew I wanted to do that again, and after I got to this side of the wall, or this side of the layout, I designed one of these sections and had main one kind of curve back in and get closer to the pocket siding, while main two is still pretty much straight as on each end. And then I got it in here and wanted to keep it, so I think with having that and how spaced out the main one and main two are, and coming around here, it would have been a challenge to get all the curves in here to bring the yard around. And then it would have probably also made the pocket track a lot shorter. And if it was much shorter, then I would probably abandon the idea. In the back there, you can see the ladder for the rear long staging for the tracks. That was redone to have a better ladder from what I had previously, and to get the one more track back there, because originally it was two. So over here in the southwest corner, you can see the tail track, main one, main two. Norfolk Southern's parked on the first long yard track, then the CSX, and then the stack train in the back. So this corner kind of ended up being, or having, all the curve track that I kind of planned for. And then coming around, I incorporated one of the number 6 crossovers here, so I could get this tail track that comes along here. That was originally the kind of the line that would go to the old, or the north yard. And then originally, because of adding the pocket track, I had a curve here that was 226s that were opposite direction, but it was not working very well for some of my cars. So I ended up with the 33s, some straight track, and then 33s. These are the 6-degree ones, because I was out of the 12-degree 33s to be able to do this, because if you don't know, 33 has 18-degree, 12-degree, and 6-degree sections that you can get, which all that means is the length. So these are the 6, so 2 of these make the 12, and one more would make a 18. And these are working a lot better for anything running through them, and not causing issues, especially on the main if a train's moving at speed. I mentioned in the previous video, like where I write the radius on the bottom of my track. You can see here 26, 33. My 33 actually put the 18 because it's the 33 radius with the 18-degree version, and then 35. The 35 is 2 sections put together because those 2 sections have insulating rail joiners on them, and just to keep track of those, I keep those like that. And then the rest of them I kind of got together and just taped together with painter's tape because they're extra at the moment. But that's kind of how I keep track with the curved sections, instead of having to break out glasses or a magnifying glass to read the really small print to determine what radius it is. So you can see a view down the south wall. I do have some space right there that I could put more track in, but I'm actually out of turnouts. And something else I want to try when I can get more of them is to see how well number 4 turnouts build ladders, and how well, like some of my modern equipment handles going through that type of turnout, because most of mine are number 5s, and then I have 2 number 6s on the layout. I do have, I think, 3 number 4s around, like 2 of them are right here in the yard. And actually, which reminds me, I need to update the springs in those to make them, just to go ahead and replace that with the bigger spring wire to help the turnout work better. If you're interested in that, you can search on my channel. I have a video where I discuss that, because that improves the operation of the Bachmann turnouts a lot better than the spring wire they have in there. So we're on the other side, and you can see the view facing west for the south wall. The only thing left to do now is to figure out how I want to wire up all my turnouts to my stationary decoders to get that control back and tidy up the wiring. I'm pretty sure I've pretty much got it how it's going to be, other than like I can add that track in there. I might not do that because it'll make it, pretty congested, even though it'll give me more some more track space. And then at some point I'll try to figure out what I'm gonna, if I want to expand this out and how to expand it out, because I need more bench work. I have access to more of this wood, so that's not a problem. I just need plywood or something to build the bench work and run it however I can figure out how to make something. And then on top of that, I need to figure out what I'm trying to do with the track to extend that. But anyway, thanks for watching.